It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He had a touchdown last week, the cherry on top of a ton of yardage. It's the Bears and the Giants, next on Madden Football.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our home side in this one, they know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of... And look at this! Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments in how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can keep those numbers up a notch.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Jones. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 25 carries, 88 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him Other times, he plays a complimentary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Ready, set!
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The Bears at 9-2 to start play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Let's go!
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
This is taken just shy of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So a mistake there the first time that they touched the football, and now CD on the other side. What an opportunity.
A great opportunity, because remember, they went right down the field on the opening drive and got 3. And I think they're probably a little disappointed in just getting the 3 on the board. But here they have another opportunity to try and go up 10-0.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing is Hurts. He'll buy some time right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field, and they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them, so if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is, and if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They go play action with Hurts.
On the move to his left.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
There we go.
On first down, Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Ready, go.
Up the middle they go. Warren. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25.
This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Jones on the return. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Hurts.
They'll roll him out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, man!
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard down to the 31. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Well, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving into more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Eluding the pressure right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. It's caught. Beckham. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
19
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fighting to stay upright. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And here's Trenton Gill now.
Back deep, Jarvis Landry. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Reload, alert, no.
On 1st down, it's Warren. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Warren, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Warren. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Warren. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Jalen Warren, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have regained the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 5. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bears now ready to take over again.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
His throw incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Hold the set.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Kayvon Thibodeau able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
To try again after the sack. Hurts. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And this one's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Check, Panther.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bronco switch, smash.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up in the Twin Cities. Minnesota playing host to NFC North rival Green Bay. And it's the Packers who have the lead in that one. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Trevor Lawrence, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Giants, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Johnson's got it complete. And he will have the Bears' first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 33 and pick up of about 4. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing is Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. And here's Edwards-Helaire. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And
in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down now, it's Warren.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Well, they got it right there. That return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
It puts it on the carpet, it's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back, a fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Go!
On second down, it's Warren, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Come on. Hey.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. On second down now, it's Warren. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Up the middle they go. Warren, and he will take it all in for a giant touchdown.
Jalen Warren
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point safely through. And this is back to an 8-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer here, even though said passer wasn't a quarterback.
And this is a call, partner, I think you might see once a decade or so. But the officials know the rules better than anyone, and you have to know them when you're on the field. Anyone throwing the ball gets the same protection as a quarterback. So if he gets hit late, it's down on the draw flag.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, I know from working with you that you're about as old school as they come. Your thoughts on throwing that ball from the 1-yard line?
Yeah, I just got done walking my dinosaur, as you well know, and ordinarily I'm screaming, run the football from the 1-yard line. But if you are going to throw it, just take extra care. That didn't happen there, and they turned the ball over.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Holding. Offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that...
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Free kick out of bounds.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
On first down, Hurts.
Got him in. It's Brown.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. Hurts.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Let's go.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Flush to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that. Three.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And New York set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Roll. Bring it. Shot alert. Check.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll look to throw here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The return is Jones. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And this one is right through. And that gets them back within 10. But the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. The Chicago offense set to get started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. you end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Delay of game, option.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice gain at 21 yards. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Hey! Unlock right! Reno! Alert! Alert! Go!
On first down, it's Warren. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is caught by Robinson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Found that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops.
Now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
The 20. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And New York set to take the field.
Come on.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And again back to Kmet. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 2nd and 15. Under pressure, they got him again. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is gonna be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Ready, go!
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Chicago, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.